Good morning and welcome to the Daily Halacha. The Daily Halacha is sponsored by the Morgan family in memory of Bella's mother, Dr. Ellen Shanzer of blessed memory, Elana Bat Yisrael. From time to time, builders who are building homes in our neighborhood call me to ask me if it's necessary to put two sinks in the kitchen that they're building in the hope that a member of the congregation, someone who observes kashrut, is going to purchase the house, and their thinking is that they would require two sinks. While that is certainly common, it is not necessary. One could 100% observe the laws of kashrut in their kitchen with one sink that's used for both washing dairy dishes and meat dishes. In fact, Rabbi Melamed in his Pnei Halacha writes as follows: Lefi klalei halacha, in accordance with the rules of halacha, kol zman shemakpidim shelo yihiyu b'kiyur yachad kelim meluchlachlim mechalav u'mibasar, as long as we're certain that we do not have dirty meat and dirty dairy dishes in the sink at the same time, v'lo yisharu bo she'iriyot shel ma'achalim basariyim be'et shemanichim bo kelim chalevim o lehefach, or also making sure that we do not leave pieces of meat in the sink when we're washing dairy dishes or vice versa. Ein chashash isur. There is no concern that there will be a violation. And then he notes as follows: V'chein nahagu b'poal yirei shamayim rabim b'meshach shanot rabot. God-fearing people for many, many years actually acted this way, meaning had one sink. And I think what Rav Melamed is doing here, he's warning us not to get caught up with stringencies, which in previous generations, people who were Yirei Shamayim, who were God-fearing people, were not concerned for. And he gives a number of reasons that we can use the same sink for meat and dairy. I'll share two of them with you. First, he says, even if we are concerned that there can be taste transferred from the walls of the sink to the dishes that are in the sink, he says, Im yesh sham sabon ein bekach isur. If there is soap involved, there is no concern. Upamim rabot yesh b'kiyor sabon, and most of the time there is soap in the sink. First of all, I think he's talking about a situation here more often than not when dishes are soaked in the sink, and that is not the customary way to wash dishes. And even if we were concerned with one sink, even when the dishes are not soaked, he says there is soap, and soap is a spoiling agent. It's a davar pagum, as we have discussed before, and that ruins any taste, and therefore any taste that comes out of the sink into the dishes would no longer make those dishes treif. And another reason he gives is rak im hamayim yiyu b'chom shayad soledet bahem yihiyu be'iroy koach lif'ol. Only if the water is yad soledet bo, which ranges from between 115 to 140 degrees, depending on different poskim, and the water that we normally wash our dishes in is not that hot. It has to be that hot in order for any halachic transfer of taste to take place. And since therefore hamayim b'kiyur b'derech klal einam b'chom kazeh, the water in the sink is normally not so hot, therefore we don't have to be concerned with it. Again, he gives more reasons, but when we wash our dishes in one sink, we just make sure that there's no residue, actual pieces of dairy or meat in the sink. It's customary to have different drain boards in the sink when we wash meat and dairy, which even offers another layer of protection. Two sinks are not necessary. If one has them, that's a great luxury, but as I said, and as Rabbi Melamed said, not required. Have a wonderful day.